Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one. Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Oh my God.
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. On bar.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Dummy. Yeah.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three. Lamas covers. Three-handle family Gradunzo.
Mamma mia.
And now, Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin. Number 4, armbar. I will never retire. I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the most must-listen-to podcast in Australia. Welcome to the B Plus Podcast, where today is Thursday, so you know what that means. It is time for a review from the WWE Universe. My name is C-Jaii, and once again, I am joined by the everlasting Danders. How are you, girl?
I'm riggedy wrecked. I'm living at a medium level at the moment. So I'm not living large, I'm living at a moderate pace.
Moderate pace. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I will return to full largeness after a decent night's sleep. What a week we've had in wrestling.
Wow, yeah, this has been an incredible week with wrestling. To be honest, it's been up and down. Raw had its highs and lows. SmackDown had highs and lows.
Yeah, I reckon, do away with Fastlane. I don't think we need Fastlane.
No, we really don't.
Push out Elimination Chamber to be maybe a little bit earlier. Make it like the first weekend of March or the last weekend of February, and then just let's head straight to Mania.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I feel having Fastlane in there has declined the hype for WrestleMania. I found myself thinking today while I was working it, WrestleMania hasn't grabbed me. So far we have 3 confirmed matches and none of them have grabbed me. Well, sorry, now after SmackDown we have a couple more, but still not the greatest pay-per-view that I've seen lately.
Yeah, it was just like an episode of Raw. It felt like a fancy episode of Raw, and so then when you had an episode of Raw the next day, it's like, eh.
Yeah, pretty much. It's exactly right. It was just a shorter lesson. But speaking of Monday Night Raw, let's kick into it, where The Shield kicks off with their farewell address on Monday Night Raw. Which wasn't really an address, it was more Roman Reigns being like, I'm done with you guys, bye.
Yeah, you know my feelings on The Shield. It's like, I don't think WWE should ever do a last time ever, because it's never the last time.
No, it won't be the last time.
The only one I held my hat on was Shawn Michaels. Stone Cold Steve Austin, to be fair, he said the last time. He's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Austin in the ring since he said that last time. So
Actually, Austin was injury related, and as was Edges, and as well as Christian.
yeah, Christian got retired with concussion. So
Yeah. So, of the people who have chosen to retire, yeah, none of them.
yeah,
None of
pretty
them.
much.
Anyway, yeah, I think that we'll see the Shield again down the line, but maybe it will be as like a novelty kind of spot. But I'm fine with this. I thought it was good that they reunited only to be done one last time.
Yeah, I like that fact. They can now go into the more NWO/DX. We're only here because we're getting paid millions of spots.
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't that a bleak way to look at it? But it's absolutely accurate.
It's a pretty bad way to look at it. However, it is pretty much what this feel gave until Roman Reigns hands over the microphone to Seth Rollins, and Seth goes on to hit a little package about how he's going to slay the beast. He's excited to have the square circle. He wants WrestleMania. He's going to walk out WrestleMania with the title. Out comes Paul Heyman. They go through and they have a bit of back and forth banter. And then there is a return that, to be honest, I don't think any of us expected. The only person who Brock Lesnar considers a guy, apparently, in the locker room, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, wasn't that weird? That was like a weird... Yeah, it was a weird moment.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird moment. Like, I don't know if you know a bunch of the history between Shelton and Lesnar, but it does really make sense. But a lot of the people who are coming in now who are new fans would not know the history between Shelton and Lesnar. They wouldn't know that they've trained together. They've slept... I was going to say they've slept together. That's weird.
Yeah.
They've traveled together. Like, those two were in OVW together, and they were traveling between Florida and house shows constantly. Those guys know each other so well. I'm surprised that it's taken this long for Shelton to turn around and be like, I'm a Heyman guy because I've always been a Heyman guy.
Yeah, to me, all this made me think was, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar's probably not going to turn up till the week before Mania. He'll do like a weird kind of, I have the belt, I'm Big Brock Lesnar, or I have belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be. But after the run-in from Shelton Benjamin, we get the match that was made, Seth Rollins versus Shelton Benjamin. Seth Rollins getting the victory, but it seems like Shelton Benjamin's taking on the whole Suplex City gimmick.
Yeah, it was... Yeah. The thing that I'm trying to focus on here is they are now building Seth's feud with Brock as opposed to it being overshadowed by the Shield. And I feel like we're not... I know there was a lot of fear in a lot of hearts that Roman was going to somehow be inserted into this match.
Oh, yep.
Because, just to think, just putting in perspective, Roman Reigns has headlined the last 4 WrestleManias.
Yep.
Which is insane. Insane to think of.
Would have just broken a record if he did number 5, and I don't think Hulk Hogan likes his records broken.
No.
But how crazy would it be? I saw a meme, so this isn't actually part of CJ ship booking, but I saw a meme today of but I can't remember what WrestleMania was, but it was where Bret the Hitman Hart lost the WWE Championship to Yokozuna.
WrestleMania 9.
There you go. It was WrestleMania 9. It lost the title to Yokozuna, and then 3 minutes later, Hogan comes out like, I want the championship. But instead of Yokozuna's face, it was Seth Rollins' face.
Yeah, I'm doing this for you.
Reigns.
Yeah. God, I wouldn't put it past him. But yeah.
Oh, I saw that today, and I was like, look, it's WrestleMania.
Yep. But yeah, fingers crossed that we're just going to get... I don't think that's going to be the main event anyway. I think that we've pretty much got it set that it's going to be Becky, Charlotte, Ronda.
Yeah, 100% it's going to be that.
I pose it to you, right? Of the faces in the 3 of the title matches, the 3 ones that we're focusing on, the 2 men's titles and the women's Raw title, out of the faces, one has to lose. So out of Kofi, Seth, and Becky, one has to lose. Who are you calling it to be?
Oh, wow. That's, I've got Kofi to lose.
Oof.
Yeah. No,
so racist. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. I'm joking. I don't actually think you're racist.
Wow. That's almost as bad as Well, Greg used to call me, which I actually can't remember it off the top of my head. Misogynist, I think he used to call me because I didn't watch a lot of the Mae Young Classics. So he was like, "You hate women." I'm like, "No, I just hate their wrestling."
Anyway, yep.
However, yeah, no, I have to pick Kofi. Seth's going to go over because Brock's about to walk out of the WWE. Why the hell would they turn around and say, nah, Becky's going to lose after everything they've just put her through? This is Daniel Bryan 2.0 all over again. Unless they do the unspeakable and have all three main titles change hands, which is highly unthought of, I can see Daniel Bryan becoming this absolute monster heel if he retains.
See, I'm of the thought that Becky is the only one who wouldn't lose complete momentum if she lost the match. And you know me, I'm Team Becky, but of those three, I feel like Becky will lose the least by losing the match, especially if it's a Charlotte Ronda pinfall.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that was posed to me today, and I was like, oof.
That's a good question. However, another championship which changed hands most recently was on Monday Night Raw with Finn Balor defending against Bobby Lashley, and of course Finn Balor losing, and a new Intercontinental Champion was crowned. Bobby Lashley is once again the champion, thanks to Lio Rush himself. This was really weird. Unless they're like planning really big things for Finn at WrestleMania, why would you have him lose 3 weeks after he had the title?
Yeah, it was dumb. I hated this. It was dumb. It's just like whenever I see the Intercontinental title now, I'm like, hot potato, hot potato. It's like it means nothing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. It feels like Del Rio and Kalisto with the United States Championship again. Like, you win it on the pre-show. You win it on the pre-show. You win it on Raw.
Yeah, it was
generous. Wow.
That's Oprah, not Ellen.
Oh wow, my bad.
The
other lady with the talk show.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the whole Jumbotron thing with Lashley being like Zordon from whatchamacallit, Power Rangers. Yes.
You're Australian. You should know that, Danders.
I know. Yeah. I didn't like this at all. This was probably the low point of the show for me.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. This was the worst action that they could have taken. And why are they all of a sudden getting free championship matches?
I don't fucking know. I don't pretend to know. No. This part can go to hell. Yeah,
pretty much. The next part, which I really didn't enjoy, was Ronda Rousey coming out to address her actions at Fastlane.
You didn't enjoy this?
No, I actually found it quite boring.
It was odd.
I like the fact that she's now focusing her promos. They're brief, they're short, they're to the point. But I'm like, what was the point of that? What was the point of Dana Brooke coming out? Was it just to make Ronda look dominant? Because I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, I was like, oh, Dana Brooke back, and she's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was, I don't know. I feel like Ronda is like very organically, I think she has the ability to organically be a heel, but it's feeling a little bit forced. Yeah. However, I prefer it to a like weird kind of like, why don't you like me kind of thing to the crowd. It's like her, not why don't we, but like where she was like trying to be the face, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I still find her quite cringy, but maybe I just don't like her.
No, I get what you mean. She would play the Christian 2010 heel very well. Where Christian was like, I deserve one more chance because people were supposed to love me. Like, that's what I get from this, and that's what I think would work well for her. However, what she's doing now it's working, but I think because this is the main storyline that they've played for the last 6 weeks, I'm like, I'm over it now. Every 15 minutes on Raw or SmackDown, another recap of Ronda or recap of Becky, and I'm like, just let the hype build itself. Don't constantly shove it down our throats. You don't want it to give the Roman Reigns treatment, do you?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, and I think less is more. I didn't mind that. I I get what you mean by it was boring. It was okay.
One match that I didn't find boring from Monday Night Raw was Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode.
Sorry, I've literally just watched SmackDown, so I was like, no, they're with the Hardy Boys. Aren't Blackachet, as I'm calling them, aren't they killing it? They are doing so well. I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that they're doing here.
They have become absolute machines. They're running Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Yes, I know parts of NXT are taped, but that's not the point. Like, these guys are playing triple duty each week by the looks of it.
Yeah, they're the triple... what's it called?
The triple threat?
Triple duty. You said it. You said it the first time. Yeah, I'm loving these guys. This was a great match, and I think that I hope that they go to Raw. I honestly hope that they go to Raw because I think that Raw needs them more than SmackDown does.
Yeah, to be honest, I really couldn't care where they end up. They're putting on great matches everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the end, we did see Blackachet, Team NXT, defeating Roode and Gable. This is building to a fantastic match coming into WrestleMania. I'm seeing a multi-team match for the Raw Tag Team titles again. I want them to add one more team. I'm just not sure who, but one more team into the mix, and it would look so good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to this. Starting to get some legitimacy to the Raw belts.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been a while since we've had any sort of legitimacy coming into a tag team title.
Mm-hmm.
However, another moment was announced for WrestleMania, while it was announced on a moment of bliss. I really enjoy these moments.
It was a moment that was not interrupted. This is surely the first one that's not interrupted.
It actually was. It was the first time that it wasn't interrupted. It's great.
Yeah, I love that she's hosting WrestleMania. I think it's great, and I think that it's showing that the company is still invested in her, even through her. I'm assuming that she's injured still.
See, that's the thing. There are so many rumors of whether she's injured or whether they're putting her in there because they just don't have a program but want her on the show. It's so strange how they've done this because she's not showing any form of injury in a sense. I mean, she had a couple of matches back, but it's so weird.
I think, wasn't it concussion, though, that she was out with?
Yeah, she had a severe concussion.
Yeah, so I didn't really like I felt like the way that it was announced, it made it fall a little bit flat. I get what they were trying to do. It felt a little bit flat, but at the same time, I love that she's hosting WrestleMania. I love her kind of like catty, sassy. She's very sassy.
Yes,
I like,
right.
that side of it, especially like when you get to see on social media and things like that, the contrast that she's actually such a dork. Like she's such like a little sweetheart. Yeah. So I love that she's hosting WrestleMania. I think that's great. And she had the little dig at Kim Kardashian. I like that. Yeah. That was fun.
Could you imagine though? This is CJ ship booking coming out now.
Ooh.
Could you imagine if she inserted herself into the SmackDown Women's Title picture for WrestleMania?
Who's in the SmackDown Women's Title picture apart from Asuka?
Could it be another triple threat? Asuka versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And then Alexa Bliss is like, no one wants to see this. No one wants to see this. This is my turn. And just walks to the ring.
Yeah, and then brings Larry Steve, her pig. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Cool beans. I'm on board.
All right. Is Steve the Oh, sorry. Is it Larry?
Larry Steve is the name of her pig. It's got two first names.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's from the South, so he has two first names.
Oh, I love it so much. Could you imagine if he was like the special guest timekeeper or something like that? Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah. No,
However,
that is CJ shit booking. What are you doing? You had me. You had me, and then you fucking lost me when you had a pig as a special timekeeper. Let's move on. Let's move on
to Elias returning home. He eventually comes back to his hometown, goes to play a song, plays a little riff that gets interrupted by Naomi. I mean, No Way Jose.
No Way Jose with his new fucking green hair.
I'm going to start calling him No Way Naomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So Noe and Naomi makes her way down to the ring. His way down to the ring. This is going to be so tough.
Yeah, we'll just stick with the name. No Way Jose. I
Yep.
love when he comes out. Like, I get that he's like been booked into the ground and whatever, but when that conga line, it's just like when that starts, I'm singing along. I'm going, no way, Jose, no way,
Yeah.
every time. So I like
It's
when he comes
so
out. And then
infectious.
it really is, and then he gets squashed.
Yeah, he just got demolished.
Yeah.
Poor Elias getting interrupted all the time though. I wonder if we'll see an Elias concert at WrestleMania get uninterrupted.
Well, he had a few. Was he? No, he was getting interrupted at Fastlane, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope not. I like the interruptions. I wish he did more digs at the Penguins because I fucking hate the Penguins. That's the Pittsburgh hockey team. But no, it was just like, this is why I got out of this town. Rah, rah, rah. But yeah, this was okay. Bit of fun.
I've got another CJ ship booking. Elias plays at WrestleMania, gets interrupted by the Great One himself.
Yeah.
And gets like demolished by The Rock for some reason. I don't know.
Yep. Smell what he's cooking. Side note, I saw Fighting with My Family, and you could just see when The Rock was handed the script, it was just like, okay, but I need to have every catchphrase I've ever had in this film. Every catchphrase. So you got jabroni beaten, pie eaten. You've got the if you smell what The Rock is cooking. You've got the it doesn't matter what your name is. You've got just bring it. He says them all. The Rock can do it all.
I'm keen. I'm so excited for this movie.
It's a good movie, but less Rock. Needs less Rock.
Less Rock. How could you have
Less
less Rock?
Because I don't think that The Rock was that integral in forging her path. I don't know for sure, but I think The Rock's involvement is somewhat aligned with The Rock being a producer.
Well, more than likely. But in real circumstances, though, how do you have less Rock? Do you call it the Pebble or do you call it Kevin Hart?
Ah, I see what you did there. Yeah. Pebble Maivia.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's probably the name of one of his dogs or his goldfish or something.
Rocky Mini Via, because he's like a mini version. Let's roll on. What did we have next? I'm all confused by my notes.
We had Natalya versus Nia Jax. Now Natalya brought a friend with her this week with the returning Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix.
Isn't she fucking jacked?
She's a machine.
Her arms, I was like, that's my fucking arm goals right there. Like, she had the cut off, kind of, because, like, obviously she stayed in shape and everything like that, but she's always, like, really well dressed, so you don't sort of see her. And, like, yeah, I was just like, she walked out and I was like, she's fucking ripped.
The first thing I thought of, like, when she comes out, you often see her in, like, these really nice outfits, or you see her in a ring gear. Either way, you don't see her in this physique way that she's had.
Yeah, in a cut-off shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Going back and watching some of her old footage, you can actually see that, yes, she's got a physique there too. But the moment she walked out on the stage, my first thought was, if I arm wrestled her, she'd break my shoulder.
Yeah. I feel like if she, like, gave you a high five, if she gave me a high five, she'd break my shoulder. I was a bit disappointed with the crowd here. I felt that there was going to be more of a pop.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess it's kind of been, like, 10 years since she was proper. I think she was in the 2009 Royal Rumble. So that was, like, her peak.
Yeah, it would have
been.
been.
Googling.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious, like, when did she last have a match? But, yeah, so, again, she looks tanked, and we had this quick match between Natalya and Nia. Ooh, I'm clicking too far. We had this quick match between Natalya and Nia Jax. Of course, Jax defeating Natalya by disqualification after Beth Phoenix got involved. My question here is, has Beth Phoenix A, returned full-time, and B, have they now returned as a tag team?
I would not be against these two having a bit of a run with the tag belts. I know that I just think that I have so much respect for Natalia, and I think that she's a bit hard done by. And I think that people think that she's there on her name.
Yeah.
And on her family. And I think of probably all the people, it's like like she trained in the Stu Hart dungeon, and like I feel like she absolutely deserves to be there, and not just there doing spots about her dead dad. Like
No,
I just
100%.
want to. I wouldn't mind seeing these two get the tag titles, have a brief run with them, but yeah, be some transitional champs with the belts.
Yeah, I mean, how cool to be for a multi-women's tag team match at WrestleMania and have these guys be the sort of, I wouldn't say underdogs, but the ones that people weren't expecting to win.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that'd be a good way to do it. A little side note, yeah, last time Beth Phoenix had a match on Monday Night Raw was on October 29th, 2012.
Oh, okay. So 7 years.
Yeah, so it wasn't too long ago, but a lot of new people will be like, "Oh, hey, that's Edge's wife."
Yeah, which I don't like.
Nah, never compare the Beth Phoenix to Edge.
Especially since like her career was bigger before she was with Edge. Like her and Edge is not super recent, but like, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing these guys have a bit of a run. This was fine. It was okay. Yeah. And it was good to see her back in such fucking amazing shape.
That's exactly right. Speaking of amazing shape, next segment we have Batista coming out of the stage after being called out by Triple H. I don't like his suit. He looks like a glittery fairy.
Batista's suit?
Yeah, I hated that suit so much.
I didn't like it at first, but I'm like, it's very Hollywood. It's like, I'm Hollywood now. I'm the Hollywood star, which I like. I think it's kind of a little bit of a throwback to the Cena Rock feud. Yeah, it's like, I'm the Hollywood star now. I can wear fucking a glittery blazer.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it was. I'm going to wear blue glasses and reenact the blue T-Star situation all over again.
Yeah, because I I was kind of on a bit of a wrestling hiatus when the whole Blue Taster thing happened. I thought it was in reference to him playing Drax, because Drax is blue. But no, I've since seen the Blue Taster. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I hope he never wears that outfit again.
But yeah, I liked Triple H in this. I feel like Batista, the spit coming out of his mouth. Yeah, and it was just like me arguing with like someone behind the Macca's counter when I'm drunk at 4:00. Be like, "Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want." And then the lady's just like, "Ma'am, you need to leave." But yeah, that was how I approached this segment.
That's the other thing. He just kept repeating, "Give me what I want," and in the end, I'm sitting there and I'm like, "You wanted the match, but he's giving you the match. But what else do you want? Like,
yeah,
come on,
give it to him though."
Yeah, you're obviously getting the match if he's called you out.
Yeah.
However, the match was made officially after Triple H threatened to run through the Guardians of the Independent scene to get to Batista. Fantastic line.
Yeah.
Triple H versus Batista in a no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania 35.
No holds barred, falls count anywhere.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It's been a while since we've had Triple H in a proper fucked up match.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Bring back 2004 Triple H. That's what we want in this match.
No one wants that. No one wants the barrier, the shovel man.
No, but he was brutal. Like, that's the thing. I'm talking the brutality, the physicality that he was willing to get into. Or even the 2009 Triple H when he was going up against Randy. Those were the segments and the matches that I loved for Triple H because he was brutal. He was in your face. He was the cerebral assassin. He would kick your teeth in if you looked at him 2 ways funny. That's what I want to see in this match.
Yeah, see, I think our age gap is showing because I'm like thinking, like, to me, proper brutal Triple H is like 1999 Triple H. He, like, to me, because I was watching Armageddon from '99 the other day, because it's just what I do in my spare time. Gentlemen, please, one at a time, one at a time. Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean, like the proper angry, I'm a fuck you up kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that I liked him because in 1999 he didn't have that illusion of power that he's had kind of since Evolution. I feel like once he formed Evolution, he's been untouchable, like he's Teflon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean. We want proper angry, mad, crazy Triple H. I'm on board.
Yeah. So that'll be definitely a good build that's coming into WrestleMania. One match that I'm definitely excited for. However, the next match I'm not excited for because it should have been like a threat similar to Ric Flair's. Kurt Angle addresses his future, and he will be walking away from the squared circle after WrestleMania 35.
I will never retire. Was that the threat you're talking about?
No, like, I reckon it should have been like Vince coming in and being like, no, you're done. The next time you lose your match, that's your last match.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But in a different circumstance.
See, I was of the impression that once you go into you only go into the Hall of Fame once you've stopped wrestling. Like, you can wrestle maybe like an exhibition match every now and again. But I thought that he was retired. And then he keeps coming back and doing these sporadic matches. So this was kind of, it was kind of a bit of a letdown. Not a letdown, but it was like, okay, well, he's finally, perhaps, maybe one last time having a match at WrestleMania. Are we going to see him up against The Undertaker?
That was my question. The thing is, Undertaker doesn't have a confirmed match, but neither does John Cena.
Boop. Oh, and fucking John Cena had his first match against Kurt Angle.
That's exactly right.
I didn't even think of that. My brain was just Undertaker. I would much rather John Cena than The Undertaker.
I think John Cena to retire Kurt Angle would be the greatest thing to watch.
It would be the most beautiful sort of opening and closing chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board. CJ's good booking.
Shit, that's a first.
You don't get it often. But yeah, book that
I'll
feud.
take it. I'll take it. But yeah, it'll be good to see it. We did, however, get a match with Kurt Angle, squaring off against someone who followed Kurt Angle during his teenage years, idolized Kurt Angle. Apollo Crews came out, of course, taking the loss, but Apollo Crews versus Kurt Angle was a quick match, easy going, Angle getting the win eventually. It was good to see them have this.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice moment, nice and quick. I forget that Apollo Crews is still around. Isn't that a shame?
Yeah, Apollo Crews is fantastic.
He really is. And when he got called up, this was when I was still naive about NXT call-ups. I was very excited for him. I was very surprised that he got called up so quickly. Like, he got called up very quickly.
I think he was called up quickly because the NXT title was like... Who was it on at that point?
I feel like it was on Finn. It was Finn and Joe.
I think you're right.
Feud. Yeah.
And the guys at NXT were like, look, we don't have anything for you, but the main roster needs guys. Go.
Yeah, pretty much. There was that big... he was part of the big post-Mania call-up from 32. I think it was after 32. So it was like Enzo and Cass and him and Baron.
Wow, you mentioned
Baron Corbin.
On this podcast.
I know.
This is surprisingly... I'm just going to take a swerve right now. Enzo surprisingly keeps himself in the headlines.
Yeah, burying Simon Gotch.
Well, burying Simon Gotch, and then also claiming that he was Vince's favorite superstar for a year.
How you doing?
I didn't get it.
Like, you can't deny how it's easy to, like, I guess, make these jokes now, but they were huge. Like,
yeah,
when at Mania for 32, whenever it was, everyone was like, fucking call them up. You know, everyone did the you can't teach that. And yeah, they were huge and everyone did love them at one stage. But the fall from grace was... I reckon it was a mistake. It was a mistake not having Carmella with them. I think they underestimated the dynamic that she brought to the group.
But there was also that, but I think they also made a huge mistake breaking them up when they did.
Oh, absolutely, that too. But like
That,
Vince
that was
McMahon,
a huge
big-
mistake.
yeah, Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men.
Apparently, because
Yeah.
that pushed went anyway. Anyway, speaking of big
Anyway.
sweaty men, Drew McIntyre attacking Roman Reigns.
I loved this because not because Roman Reigns got attacked, but seeing Drew McIntyre doing something on his own.
Yes,
It was the tits.
it was the tits. Sure.
Like, this is the content I signed up for.
Yeah, no, this was 100% what we want. This was brutal, it was sadistic, and it's leading to a WrestleMania match between the Big Dog and the Celtic Monster.
Is that what he's called?
No, it's called the Scottish Psychopath.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Sheamus has the gimmick on Celtic, especially since Celtic is traditionally Irish.
It can be Scottish as well, can't it?
Yeah, it can. I'm not sure on the rules, but yeah. Yeah. This was good. I really like this. I like seeing this side of Drew McIntyre and not seeing him as part of like the big failed push click or whatever he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved this. It was really brutal, and I think that it did a lot to keep people on Roman's side because it's like people love Roman on the comeback, but I think if he starts getting pushed too hard again, he's going to be back on the boo train.
Yeah, 100% right with you there. I think having... This looks like an injury angle as well because I don't know if you've seen the news, but Roman Reigns has been pulled from all upcoming events leading up to Raw in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, I did not know this.
He's been pulled from advertisement for next week's Monday Night Raw. He's not at any live shows until the UK tour, which is after WrestleMania. It's often when the draft is on. But yeah, it's surprisingly... This is a good angle.
Yeah, I really like this. This was probably maybe the highlight of the show for me. I feel like I've already said that about something. I like this. Yeah, it was good. I'm very
what I
tired.
also liked, though, was Seth came out after the assault.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come down and like try and fight off McIntyre. It was kind of like, oh, Roman can handle his own. No, Roman's hurt. Okay. I need to go down and see him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. It was a nice moment.
Definitely. And then after that assault led to pretty much one of the best matches I have ever seen on Monday Night Raw. Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match.
Now, I normally watch Raw live. I'm pretty fortunate that I can normally watch it live. And I didn't, because I had just a few things to do on Tuesday. I didn't get to watch it live. And when I went on Twitter was just Ambrose, 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 please don't leave. Oh my God, Ambrose, this is insane. Oh my God, Dean Ambrose is dead. So I was really looking forward to this match. And this was the highlight of the show for me. This was the actual highlight. For some reason, my brain thought this was on SmackDown. I loved this. And I don't know, is Dean leaving? Is it a swerve? Have we been swerved? Surely they're not making him look this good for him to leave.
No, I reckon I'll give him a massive wave of momentum, and they'll WWE and they'll release like a thing saying WWE's come to terms with the release of Dean Ambrose / John Moxley, whatever his actual name is. And then 6 months down the track, Dean will be like, I never left. I've always been watching. And I'm here for you. And like has some massive feud with someone. I don't know who, but you know. I think they should just give him time off and play it as he's actually gone.
It's a long bow, but I don't mind it. I don't hate it. Yeah, give him some time off and then have him come back and then turn heel or whatever. Maybe when Roman turns heel, and it can have him being like, Roman, you were the strong one.
No, he can come back as long as he doesn't interact with any member from the Shield.
Yeah, solid plan.
Go to SmackDown and low blow AJ Styles. Apparently that's what they do.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre, of course, getting the victory over Dean Ambrose in a fantastic, hellacious match. Well done to the both of them. But that was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, good way to finish off the show.
Definitely.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, Outbreak Nutrition. Outbreak Nutrition are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at Outbreak Nutrition. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OUTBREAKNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OUTBREAKNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout. Alright guys, just before we get started, I want to take a second to tell you about a game I've been playing on my iPhone. You can get it on iPhone, you can get it on Android, all the tablets and what have you. It is called the Muscle Hustle app. They are good friends of the show, and they were hooking us up with codes to sort of help you guys get ahead if you were to decide to play the game. But unfortunately, in the latest software updates with iTunes and what have you, the codes aren't working. So we're trying to get that fixed. But in the meantime, if you click the link in the show notes and download the Muscle Hustle, it's a fantastic game. It's you collect wrestlers and train your wrestlers up, all with unique individual gear and everything to raise them through the ranks from jobber to superstar to legend. You go around collecting the titles, and you can even play with your friends. So unfortunately, no leg up to offer you, but if you hit the link in the show notes, it will let them know that we sent you, and it'll help us out, it helps them out, and it helps you out because it's a really fun game to play. So check out the Muscle Hustle app on iOS, Android, and all your mobile devices. The link, of course, is in the show notes.
And a good way to start SmackDown Live was with the best in the world.
Yeah, haven't the crowd turned on him? I saw someone on Twitter again saying that they don't find Miz to be a believable face. And I'm like, I don't think that that's true, especially now that you've got Miz and Mrs. on TV, that you see what a lovely, sweet, likable dude he is.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play the face role pretty well.
No, that's exactly right. I think you're right there. I reckon he could build to be the face of the company. That's how big I reckon this could be. And having him go up against Shane, who is now like, I'm the best in the world because I was born that way. That is fantastic.
Yeah. Shane McMahon, like, naturally he should be Healy, like he's the son of a billionaire. Bring back the Mean Street Posse. That's what we need. We need the posse back. Yeah, in their sweater vest. That would be what would make me hate Shane McMahon, because at the moment I'm like, no, you've spent the last 4 years like convincing me that you're a nice, sweet dude. Try harder.
Yeah, I think you're right. There needs to be some sort of bigger heel moment for Shane, not just beating down someone in front of his dad, because let's face it, that's happened too many times before.
Yeah, and it's something that the Miz would totally do and has done before. Like, that's
Miz has done it before. Miz did it to John Cena, and John Cena's dad was in the audience.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, work harder, Shane. Make me hate you. Bring back the posse. Danders shit booking, Mean Street Posse, with Shane McMahon versus Miz and, I don't know, where's Miz from? Ohio? Yeah.
Cleveland? Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah. And the Cleveland Street Posse.
Cleveland Street Posse. Wow.
Yeah. My brain's not working very well. Yeah, what was next?
Okay. Next up, we had Team NXT, so Ricochet and Aleister Black teaming up with the boys from the 90s, the Hardy Boys, versus The Bar, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Rusev.
Wasn't it funny, the backlash that Lana got about her comments about Aleister Black?
To be honest, I didn't actually see the comments. I've heard bits and pieces about it, but I can't actually find the comments.
I think she deleted her tweet. Because it was like, she said that he's so boring he has to cover himself in tattoos. And
Oh, wow.
he was like, that's a bit rich coming from someone whose body is 90% enhanced. And normally I wouldn't be about these sorts of comments, but I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. Like, she's chosen to have these big giant fake boobs put in and things like
Yeah.
that. Like, it's not anything that's been against her will or anything for like health reasons or whatever. So I was on board with this. And I loved this match. I thought it was very good, and I love the SmackDown tag division.
Yeah, the SmackDown Tag Division, including the people that technically aren't on SmackDown or Raw, they are on fire.
Yeah, and then to follow it up with that promo from the Usos, I know that their promo work has always been good, but I feel like they're stepping it up. I feel like they're being given a little bit more freedom.
Yeah,
And
100%.
yeah, we're getting a lot more rat-a-tat from them. I'm loving it. I wish they ditched the Uso penitentiary thing, because to me it doesn't make sense. But
I think, sorry, just to touch on that Uso penitentiary part real quick, I think they should drop that side of it, keep the whole gimmick, but drop it all until they come up against a foe that's like actually really difficult to verse, like the Hardy Boys or Team NXT. And just be like, all right, we're going to introduce you to the Uso penitentiary because this is the step we need to hit.
yeah, for sure. It just, when they say it each time, I'm just like, that sounds dumb.
Pretty much. But before that promo, we also had the New Day come out and beat the hell out of everyone in the tag team division.
Yeah, loved this. A little bit of not heel New Day, but violent New Day. New Day have had enough and they want Kofi Mania. And the thing that I like about this is pretty much squashed the thing of New Day turning on each other. I don't want New Day turning on each other. I just want them supporting their bro.
You know, I have a little booking here, and I don't know if this is shit or not. In my head, I don't think it is. So it probably is. What if we have the New Day versus the Hardys versus the Usos in a triple threat match for the tag team titles, Kofi in the WWE title match? For some unbeknownst reason, the New Day win the tag team titles, Kofi wins the WWE title, and we watch the New Day walk out as champions.
No. I just want it to be Kofi's moment. And I want the Usos to be supporting him, but ultimately I want it to be Kofi's moment. So I don't want the New Day anywhere near any other belts.
Okay.
But yeah. And I think that the New Day, like, their time as tag champs is probably done just because they don't have anything more to gain. Like, they've got the record. They're 5-time champs, I think. I don't think they have a whole lot to gain.
Oh, they need to go on more. They need to go 6.
Need to go 6.
Yeah, just go to 6.
Have they always been on SmackDown, or were they on Raw?
No, they were on Raw too. No, they started on Raw.
Fair call.
Yeah. And then after that, we get a segment between AJ Styles and Randy Orton. Holy hell, was this fire!
This was very good, especially as I'm someone who sees anything Randy Orton as a bit of an opportunity for a bathroom break, because he's just so fucking boring to me. But AJ Styles, God, did you know he had a personality? I had no idea.
He's hiding under all that hair.
I know. I thought his whole personality was like, I hate gay people. I thought that was his whole thing. I'm so sassy tonight. I loved this. This was amazing.
Yeah, this was great. I love the Dixie Carter drop and the reference to the Bullet Club. I think those were really, really good.
Yeah, there was a lot of fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. You know, you didn't think that WWE would go there, but I think having these little pushes towards Fox, a lot of the superstars are like, oh, we can get a little bit more edgy.
Yeah, and I think that now that there's AEW on the horizon, I think that references to the Bullet Club aren't as...
Sacrilege?
Yeah, I think that there's a little bit more of a truce. And this could just be like my dumb brain, but I feel like there's a little bit more of a truce between New Japan and WWE there.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Okay, I just had a really, really stupid thought then. What if AEW is all actually WWE's idea? And it's like a full storyline to make everyone think that the Bucks and that don't have anything to do with WWE.
Have you been drinking? You've been hitting the beers? You've been hitting the beers? Anyway, what was next? What was next? I'm falling asleep here.
Up next, we get Sonya Deville getting buried by Asuka. Asuka defeating
Oh.
Sonya Deville via submission. This was, to be honest, a waste of time for me. We have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville arguing as they head up the ramp. They're obviously not on the same page. They're not going for the tag team titles anytime soon. Bury the both of them. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, all this said to me was WWE don't have anyone for Asuka. It's like we
Yeah.
took all the people that you loved from the SmackDown Women's division and we put them on Raw.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
now interrupting Elisa's segments. I mean,
Yeah, so I wasn't really about this. Asuka deserves better. We as fans deserve better. No shade on Sonya and Mandy, but it's like this is the women's title, the formerly most hotly contested belt in the company,
yeah.
and it's being used as a tool to develop a storyline between Mandy and Sonya.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's so strange to see how this belt, within 12 months, went from being the hottest thing to becoming an afterthought. It's so upsetting, but it's
It's not even 12 months. It's like 3 months. It's like or 4 months. It's like since December, since TLC.
yeah. No, you're
But-
right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but it was like going from being like not thought about to being hotly contested to being the hottest belt to then quickly just a nosedive into we don't have a plan for this for Mania.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
Could
such
they
a shame.
potentially just not have it on the WrestleMania card?
Potentially.
Or have it so that the women's battle royale at the beginning of the show, the winner of that gets a title match on the main card.
Yeah. But normally they do the post-Mania shake-up. So,
Sure.
I mean, it could be in line with that. I'm not sure. I think that we're going to see it. It'll look, to be honest, like with the way that it has no build, I wouldn't hate seeing it on the pre-show if it means that we get the women's tag match. You can't have a major belt on the pre-show, though. No, I changed my mind. Just, yeah, make someone ready for Asuka.
Yeah.
Should have been
someone.
Charlotte Flair. Should have been Charlotte Flair.
Speaking of Charlotte Flair, we have a Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair segment up next, where Becky comes out for the first time in a month without the crutches.
Yeah, I love this. She brought out the crutches and then she threw it away. It doesn't really make sense because she's probably faced more physical trauma in the last 2 weeks than previously. But you know, it's all fake, so whatever. Yeah, this was good. I like heel Charlotte getting to be heel Charlotte. The part that doesn't make sense where it's like where everyone's like Becky doesn't deserve this. It's like, yeah, but she won the Rumble. I guess she kind of hopped in on a spot that wasn't hers in the Rumble, but she won the Rumble. That's the prize for winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
Is that you get to pick who you go to Mania against. And yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm glad that they did it that way. But it's almost like the whole Rey Mysterio 06 moment where Rey won the Rumble, then lost the opportunity, and then got it back again. Wow,
Yeah.
I just ruined this entire segment for myself.
There's too much there's too much time between Raw and Mania.
Yeah.
That not Raw and Mania, the Rumble and Mania, that yeah, we just get all these weird shit that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
exactly right.
This segment I really liked. I want to see. I don't want to see these ladies on both shows, which is what we're getting. And it's like they either need to be on Raw or on SmackDown. I know they're SmackDown people, but if they're fighting for the Raw belts, don't have them on both.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Keep them on Raw. But another title which is actually gaining some momentum, The United States Championship once again was in the spotlight. Samoa Joe, the United States Champion, teaming up with Andrade, going up against Rey Mysterio and R-Truth, with Rey Mysterio actually getting a roll-up victory against the United States Champion, defeating and pinning Samoa Joe in this awesome tag team match.
This was a really great match, but what the fuck was going on with his pants? Oh my god, it looked like he was wearing a G-banger like over his shorts. I couldn't concentrate because it was so distracting. I was like, what the fuck are you wearing, mate? But yeah, awesome match though. I'm really enjoying this kind of renaissance of the United States Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, they're building this really well, and I'm excited to see them. I would like to see them add like maybe one or two more people leading into WrestleMania to have a multi-man ladder match.
Yeah, I just wish that was an annual thing for the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's any plans for the IC title, so.
No. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I'm hoping that it's going to lead to just a straight up feud between Andrade and Mysterio. And then maybe even possibly after, once they get their shit sorted, a tag match. Not a tag team between the two. But I guess we'll see. Keep building it. I'm liking what they're doing with the US title at the moment. I wasn't crazy that they took it off R-Truth, but Joe's super deserving, and yeah, this was straight fire.
Yeah, it really was. Another thing that was straight fire was Team Green, current WWE Champion Daniel Bryan and Rowan, versus Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali.
This was, and I'm not remotely surprised because like Mustafa Ali is insanely good. Kevin Owens is coming back as if he never left, and Daniel Bryan is killing it. And Rowan's like surprisingly good as well. So this was a great match.
It was a fire match as always. Of course, the WWE Champion gaining some momentum, defeating Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. Of course, it was Rowan that got the pin, but still.
Yeah,
the champ gets the momentum.
Yeah, I like that factor. Like the Rowan does all the heavy lifting. I really like that kind of element to their dynamic. It's gives him more of like a cowardly heel vibe.
Yeah, definitely. And then the moment of SmackDown, Vince McMahon giving Kofi Kingston this enormous challenge for his WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, which we pretty much assume he's going to be there anyway. However, Vince McMahon comes out after goes on like a little promo. New Day come out and they go on a hellacious rant about how Kofi deserves this match. They don't complain. They don't ask for anything. They're there every day, constantly flying around the world. Kofi missed his son's first tooth, and he doesn't go trick-or-treating with his kids, which honestly, that made me cry at that part. I was like, oh, we don't celebrate it here, but...
Yeah, the emotion on Kofi's face for this whole thing was heartbreaking. Like,
yeah,
he was not angry or like smarmy or anything like that. He was just like, you're hurting my feelings. That's what it looked like. He just looked so hurt. And this was sold brilliantly, like the way that he comes, and he was very reasonable, even like with Vince McMahon being like a cunt and stuff. He didn't lose his cool, and he was like, hey, y'all, don't lose your jobs for me. And I loved this. This was like oddly emotionally charged. It didn't feel forced. Like this feud has kind of gotten a little bit forced. But this moment, I really enjoyed it. I really thought Kofi sold it beautifully.
He did really well. But, however, he's got one hell of a match against him next week, as Vince McMahon announces that in order to gain his championship match at WrestleMania, Kofi Kingston has to defeat Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Rowan in a gauntlet match next week.
I believe in Kofi Mania, and I think when he does this, it will be all the sweeter.
Definitely. He really deserves this.
Yeah. No, don't get back on board now. You said if anyone misses out, you want it to be him.
No,
Don't-
but he deserves it though. That's the thing is, he probably deserves it out of more than Seth and Becky because neither of them will lose momentum, even if they lost. Kofi will lose everything.
That was my exact argument. You're
No,
coming
but that's why
aboard
I'm
the
like-
Dander hype train. Get on
Nah,
board. We're stopping all stations. But yeah,
Stopping all stations into WrestleMania. As of course we have 205 having their championship tournament going over on their own show as well. The Cruiserweight Championship Number 1 Contenders Tournament. This week we had Cedric Alexander defeating Oney Lorcan and Tony Nese defeating Drew Gulak. So we have the semi-final matches coming up. Pretty excited for that, but I actually have a feeling that we're going to see Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania.
you know me. I don't know who any of these people are. But look, I'm sure that you're right. And I'm sure that your booking is not shit. Buddy retained forever. So he retained for this week. I know that he's not there because he's in Melbourne at the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly. Why don't you go say hi?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's from like the southeast, so but like far out. But yeah, I probably won't stalk him. Maybe, who knows?
Are you sure?
I'm having a quiet week. Yeah, Buddy retained forever.
That's exactly right. But that just about wraps up everything for WWE Universe this week. Danders, where can we find you?
I accidentally drunkenly reactivated Instagram on the weekend, and Instagram won't let me deactivate it for another week. So find me on Instagram for the next week at Rachel Danderfield, on Twitter at Danderfield, which is where I'm most active. Don't add me on Facebook. We're not friends. And yeah, where can we find you?
I am on Instagram at CJs_world and on Facebook at CJs World. But we collectively are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit because of Twitter's weird hashtag stuff. But we're the B Plus Wrestling everywhere else. That includes Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Patreon, which is just www.patreon.com/the B Plus. If you want to get on our mission to watch global and support local, that is a place to do it. Every dollar that comes in goes into towards growing the show, helping to get the word out there about Aussie Grabs, where you can also get ad-free episodes, custom episodes, and all sorts of random stuff, including call-ins. So don't forget to leave a 5-star review, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for listening.
Hold one. Arm drag.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
So, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it. Dummy. Hold three. The moss covered. Three-handle family granunzo.